Street in the village of Mendocino. Loving It Cooperative. Very humble little place in that sweet little village, about 800 square feet, but we carried the highest quality medicine in the world, I think. And we took care of over 3,000 patients came through our door. And we thought, this is a dream come true. And it was, to come out of the shadows and into the light. But then it turned into a nightmare. Because on the day of March 4th, I was sleeping in my bedroom upstairs when I heard a very violent banging on the door. Bam, bam, bam! I jumped out of bed, and I looked out my bedroom window, and I could see a SWAT team crawling all over my property. I'm like, shit! Bam, bam, bam! I run down the stairs, I want to open the door before he kicks it in. Bam, bam, bam! And there's a sheriff deputy. He says, we have a search warrant for this property. Turn around and put your hands behind your back. Agents from the Mendocino Marijuana Eradication Team, the Major Crimes Task Force, the FBI, the DEA served 4 search warrants that day on Loving It Cooperative, on my home, and my family's homes. 8 of us went to jail. They seized all the medicine, cut the plants, seized our bank accounts, and any evidence related to the sales of marijuana, including our business license, our seller's permit, our articles of incorporation, and the fact that we were members of the Chamber of Commerce. The sheriff put out a press release, scandalous, slanderous, accusing me and associating me with guns and $60,000 of butane. None of it so. I was charged with 3 felonies: cultivation, possession, and intent to sell. And I have a store. Now, you may be wondering why. Why did they raid Limited? Why? And I'm sure that's been, talked about in community. So tonight I'm going to share with you, because I think, it's time, and I'm pretty safe to do that at this point, but let's just keep it here.
Right.
So what happened was, Dr. Courtney called us about a family who had come to him, and they had a 6-year-old son with a very advanced form of brain cancer called medulloblastoma, and they had exhausted all the Western answers to that. They did the chemo, radiation, and brain surgery, and that wrecked the little kid's swallowing mechanism, and it did a lot of damage, which sometimes surgery does. So they came to us, of course, as a last resort, and what they were after was the big leaf juice. Did you know? The big leaf is non-narcotic, and you can juice it just like wheatgrass. It has all the great components of cannabis, but no psychoactive. So, of course, we said send them. So they came to us in the fall, and I remember opening the gate, and there was this little family. The father was a rabbi. He had the beautiful silver hair and the yarmulke, and the mother was Orthodox. She had the wrap and beautiful, gorgeous green eyes, and in her arms was this limp little child. And they said, we need a miracle. We said, come in to our bed, bed, and breakfast, and we'll take care of you. 10 days. So right away, we started giving him the big leaf juice, and he couldn't swallow, so his mother had been feeding him through a tube, and so we just juiced into the tube. And we also put together a concentrate of CBD and THC to fight the cancer, too. We gave him a little of the oil, and we gave some to his mother and father, too, because they needed to stop. And we put him to bed. And we expected to see them the next morning, or at least by late morning, but it was 1 o'clock when I knocked on the door, and they were just waking up. And the mother said to me, it's the first time in 17 months that we have slept, that he hasn't had a seizure, and she just got on her knees. And of course I'm like, please, not me. Thank you. So we just juiced this boy. We juiced him, and 3 days later he went from this to sitting up, and he started to talk, say mama again, and dada, and he wanted to go outside, and the only clothes that he had brought with him were superheroes. So they dressed him in his Iron Man costume, put on his shoes. I said, hey, you're on a farm, you gotta work, you can't just sit around. He couldn't walk. So his mother put him on her feet and walked him out to the chicken coop, where he put blades of grass through the wire fence and screamed with delight. And the dogs came around. Ah! He was so happy. I mean, they hadn't heard his laugh in 17 months. So we got to make some kindling. Come on. Go over to the redwood circle and had him sit down and break kindling over his knee. His mother said, we've been trying to get him to do physical therapy, and he hasn't, till now, because he had a reason. A miracle. Every day. The 4th day, he was on the trampoline. The 5th day, he was climbing up to the treehouse. I had never seen anything like it. 10 days, and he was getting language back. But they had to go. They had 5 other children, so they had to go home. And she begged me. She said, please, will you send the juice? And I said, so now you know. We bailed out the next day, $25,000 bail each. I think that's excessive, don't you?
Yes.
Yeah, you familiar with it? And then you come home to this disaster. And they are so cruel. They just dump everything, all the drawers, all the closets, all your things, all over the house. It's a trauma. And you just have to pick up your life and put it back and find normal. Because everything changes. And I and my family have PTRD. I know, post-traumatic rage disorder. Anybody? Right. And you just trigger, there's so many triggers, the phone ringing or the text or the mail or someone in the driveway. It's very difficult to function and be yourself. But I decided that I was not going to back up down because I have a right. So I reopened Loving It on April 1st, 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
Yeah.